Jeff Garlin, who was killed off, we mentioned the other day, of the Goldbergs, season 10. He was killed off screen because of inappropriate behavior on set. There was an HR investigation that somehow took 3 years. We don't know exactly what it was. We don't know if it's sexual. We don't know if it's drinking and grabbing ass. We don't know if it's just yelling and taking over the set. Nobody seems to know. But the first episode comes out either today or comes out today, I believe. And yesterday, Jeff Garlin wrote on Instagram, "I have bipolar disorder."
Sad.
Oh, me too. Wait, no, let me do some bullshit first before I say that.
Yeah, save that.
Yeah.
How does everyone have bipolar? Let me tell you what I think is happening, and I'm not even joking. I understand that people have bipolar and that they didn't come out before, it was like more diagnosed and more taken seriously and blah, blah, blah. But now there's like the mildest to the most whatever. And what I think is people are going, hey, I think I have bipolar. And the doctor's going, no, I don't think you do. So they go to some other doctor. Yeah, but I think I have bipolar. And finally, someone's going to fucking agree with you. It's everybody bipolar. I'm bipolar too.
I don't know. I mean, I think maybe ADHD got a little passe, so they had to move on to a different thing to call
well,
everybody.
Depression's definitely over.
Depression. We're over
Depression
depression.
is so 2008.
Anxiety had a good day. That was last year.
Anxiety
now
is
it's
like a
bipolar,
cold-
baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to have something real.
Let's see. So Jeff Garlin says he has bipolar disorder, obviously doing it deliberately right before the show comes out and when this news comes out. By the way, yeah, bipolar, I don't know how it works. You could still say what you did on set when you're one of the poles, right? You could still say, what did you do on set that isn't so offensive that we think is so offensive because all Hollywood cares about is money?
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the other thing is like, mental illness can be a reason for behavior, but not an excuse. Like I have plenty of friends who are bipolar who have never harassed me in any way.
Right.
Like
if you're bipolar, if you're like having a manic episode, you could be hypersexual.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it's a reason, but you still have to say you're sorry.
Still say what you did. I'll tell you what he says.
But it hasn't come out yet.
I know.
So he's getting ahead of it.
Bipolar is a motherfucker, he wrote on Instagram. Sometimes it's just too much to deal with. That's what your cast member said. I'm doing the best I can. This is the first time that I've opened up about this. This came out a day before the season 10 premiere of his former show, The Goldbergs, in which Garlin's character had been killed off. HR investigation spanning 3 years described him as... Okay, he says this is why the HR investigation was going on. He said it was over silliness on the set. They don't think that they don't think is appropriate. I do. I was saying some really stupid, silly things. What can it be if it's not sexual? I was saying some stupid, silly things, and I can't believe racist. I guess that I can't believe that anyone would find offensive. But to each his own. First of all, you're on Curb Your Enthusiasm. That whole show is about proper interactions. You know about interactions if you work on Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know what's appropriate, what's not, what you should be able to do and can't, and vice versa. You can't be confused.
But is it bipolar, or is it that he said what he said and he's fine with it? And yes, mania, you can be acting within the mania and you won't remember most of the things. So I get
there's
that.
There's cameras. So how about you play him the camera, and then he says on Instagram, here's what I did. Hey, first of all, I would go, you know what, guys? This is gonna blow your fucking mind. Here's what I did. And I tell you, and I would assume the audience would be like, yeah, Keith, that wasn't too much.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Jeff. I know a lot of people that have worked with him, but he doesn't strike me as a guy with the best like bedside manner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He seems like uncle who makes a racist joke at Thanksgiving kind of vibes. Like, I'm not surprised he said something offensive, but at least he wasn't grabby.